You have to be real with me on this one. How many tote bags do you own? For me, I definitely own way too many. I try and keep it under control, but sometimes you just can't help it. Every time I even buy a magazine from one of my favorite stores in my city, they put it in this lovely tote bag. Problem is, I'm all tote bagged out. But then I was thinking, maybe we can reinvent the tote bag a little bit, give it a little upcycle, and, you know, a new life. So I want to share my idea with you. Now, the thing that inspired this idea was the other day I was kind of in a creative rut, so I was just playing around trying to come up with something, and I was making like some frills, some ruffles, just trying to play with texture. And then I came up with this one, which is just bias on fabric, and then I actually put some wire inside, so when you scrunch it, it just holds its shape and you can just mold it to however you want. Now this is the technique that I want to add to my tote bag, so we can turn a 2D flat tote bag item into a sculptural centerpiece. How I'm gonna do this, I want to use some bias tape. I have a lot of this green, which just so happens to be not the exact same green, but pretty close to the bunny, which I thought was kind of fun. I also, it might be a bit too wide. I have a bunch of this really thin beige bias, which could be kind of like a tone on tone for the bag. And then of course, I have craft wire. Oh yeah, there we go. The bag is now very flat. I unstitched it. I want to make the stripes, or like the bias, I'm gonna do the green. I decided on the green. Go all the way down, and then I can somehow attach the wire on the inside hem, so it's like one piece all the way. And I was playing around with the bias tape. I like cut it in half and pressed it, but then it's not like perfectly even. So then I just folded one bias in half and it looks very like uniform. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go. Luckily I have a whole roll, so it will get me pretty far, I hope. I think it's looking too crowded. Like these have to stay here because that's where the strap is, and then these are nicely spaced apart, but this, maybe we take one out. Yeah, I think that looks better, more even, I guess. Yes, okay, we're gonna take one more out there, move this to this side, and we're good. I'm going to pin down. Let's take off the sides, the middle, and the sides, and start with the handles, because if we can line up the handle straight across, it's all good. The first stripes are pinned, so I'm gonna quickly sew it on. Also, I made a little sewing machine cover with a pocket on the front. I thought it could be more exciting because the machine comes with this, which is fine, but a bit boring. So I remade it from some scrap fabrics. Maybe I can make it into a little digital pattern if you're interested. Sew our stripes. I'm going to leave this open so I can shove the wire in, and then when the wire is in, should I shove the wire in after? That might be difficult. Or should I put it in while I sew? Maybe I put it in while I sew. Okay, first let's just do one stitch down, and then we will go back and decide if we just stitch the wire in as we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna just do the other stripes like we planned. So like 2 between the middle and then 2 on each side, and I'm only going to stitch one side so we can pop the wire in while we sew the other side. I'm so excited for the wire part. I think it's gonna be so fun. Okay, we need another strip. We got the stripes. Now is about adding the wire into it. I'm not really sure how I'm going to finish the ends of the wire. This is why I kept so many long pieces here. So I think I want to turn it over, or maybe I can cap off the wire and then turn it and do a stitch. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to keep also a long piece of wire at the end. Figure that out as we go. We got the first one. I know you can't even tell, it looks the same, but it just like stays. Ah, I love it. Like this is one, of course the weight is kind of pulling it down, but imagine when they're all full of wires. Okay, we got all the sewing done. You can kind of see the bag has more shape now. It's getting caught on my board behind. Haha, wires. I love it already. Will it stand? Maybe it needs more wire. No, it's okay. I think I'm going to try and get the side seams back up, and then I need to figure out all the ends of the wires. So the bag is pretty much done. I just need to serge the inside seam, and then we need to figure out exactly how to style this thing, I guess. But, oh, and I need to finish all the wires. I need to tack them all down. Okay, that's pretty fun. But then tomorrow we'll see what else we can do to a tote bag. Maybe something that's a little bit more practical, but this is kind of fun. I like it. Love how the last tote bag turned out. Definitely more fun, sculptural, not very practical. So I want to do another tote bag upcycle with this one that I found. And this one's going to be something practical that you can actually use all the time. Before we get into that, I just want to let you know I'm actually working on a new digital pattern, and it's for the modular vest. I made this vest a while ago, and I'm finally in the process of making a digital pattern for you. I just need your help. I need some testers soon. I'm not sure when exactly, but if you want to be a tester, sign up to the newsletter. I always do my call out to my newsletter subscribers, and then I will give you way more details about dates and times and everything. But yeah, if you want to be a tester for the modular vest, sign up to the newsletter and I will do the call out pretty soon. Let's start with the tote bag. I have a vague idea of what I want to do, which includes a zipper, but first things first, we need some scissors. So the first thing I want to do is to cut off the Mercedes-Benz. I don't want the logo on it. It'll make the bag a little shorter, but I still think it's a good length. I recently got another tote bag. This is what I mean. You just somehow acquire tote bags, so many of them. But I got a new one. It's really cute. I'll put a photo up so you can see. But it's more long and horizontal, which I actually really like. So I feel like this will be in a similar style. Yeah, like it's still a good size actually. So let's just start by cutting that. I did a little stitch and serge on the very bottom of the bag, but I was thinking to do this, to open up the bottom and do a stitch across. That way the bag just has a bit more of a flat bottom. Now we got a nice bottom, well, on one side at least. Like it just looks a bit nicer, I guess. Oh, now I'm doubting myself because if anything's in it, it just goes long. Say we put a water bottle. Yeah, like you just see this. Maybe we don't do this. It seems kind of pointless. It's just back to the regular squared bottom. Like so. Now I want to add a little ruffle detail on the bottom, like right here, all around. I want to do it because Baggu and Molly Goddard recently did a collaboration, and Molly Goddard is famous for her ruffles, and they added ruffles on the bottom of all their Baggu bags. Well, not all of them, some of them, and I really love how it looks. I think it's such a cute detail, so I want to add that to our new, well, to our tote bag. It's not new, but our reimagined tote bag, making it a little bit more cutesy. So for the ruffle, I want something that's actually black. I like the tone on tone. So I do have this black canvas, a bit boring, or I have this lining. Maybe this could be cute actually. Like it's enough for a ruffle. Ooh. Okay, this could be cute. It also just gives it a very different texture to the bag. It's black on black, but at least it's like shiny versus matte. I'm thinking to make basically a tube of the lining because it frays so much, so I may as well just make a tube and then gather that. I want to be a little bit aggressive as per usual. Like I want the ruffle to be like this wide but sitting very close to the bottom. I'm just going to cut the longest strip I possibly can and we'll just make it work. I got my massive strip of my ruffle and I'm going to make a tube, close the ends, and just basically sew it all together. Flip it right side out. Now it's only 1.5 times basically the bag, so it's not going to be a super tight gather, but I think it'll still give the look that I want it to, which is all that matters. Did I do this right? You know, did I do this right? You know, I think I did this wrong. No, did I do this wrong? Oh my goodness, yes. I did do it wrong. Well, I just had the biggest brain fart. Obviously, it's a circle, not just a tube. So I can't just fold it in half and sew it. Oh my goodness, Elle, that was such a blonde moment. Okay, now I need to stitch rip this. Like, obviously that doesn't work. Now let's try this again. So we want to sew with right side out, put the seam allowances in, and then we just go from inside. And this is how I sew it. Honestly, that was a very dumb mistake on my part, but it happens. I managed to make the ruffle. I also pressed it so it has very sharp edges. I'm going to now run a gathering stitch down the center so we can put it on the bag. Like, it looks so nice when it's gathered. How cute! Oh, I love. I think I want to see a little bit of the bottom, but I'll pin it probably like so. I think even now you could just go on your merry way, a cute little tote bag. But for me, I want to add a zipper. It is an exposed zipper, it's not an invisible one. But I think I want to use the folded edge already and just stitch it along the side of the zipper. This is the edge right now. You can see that there's a hem with like a nice folded edge. So for the zipper, I want to kind of line up the edge of the teeth with the actual zipper. So if I stitch here, it's already like a covered kind of zipper situation. First, we need to take off the straps. Let's see if that worked. Nice! Look how nice that is. And now I just need to do the other side. The zipper is in, working perfectly. The only thing is, I don't know if I like the look of it like this. I do have to fix this stitch here around the top. I guess it maintains that tote bag kind of style. Or I was wondering if I should kind of pop the zipper down. Like if I pop it down inside and do a top stitch along the top. It gives it a cleaner finish, but it also makes the bag, like, you kind of lose a lot of space, I feel. It's not bad. This is the other way with the zipper at the very top, like not tucked down, and I think I actually prefer this. I feel like the proportions look better with the zipper just on the very top. So I'm just going to pop the straps back on. I'm going to put them right where they used to be because I liked how they were spaced apart. And then we have a cuter tote bag. This was actually quite an easy project. Like, I feel if you have a boring tote bag or with a logo on the bottom you don't like, I think even if you had a logo in the middle, you could just cut it out, stitch it, and then cover this seam with a ruffle or something. I think it could work.